Good morning. This is Bob Hebert talking to you again from Fort Bend County's Emergency Operations Center in Richmond, Texas. I have some important information to pass out to you. I'm also going to give you a brief description of the nature of the events that we're beginning to recover from and some stats that will help you put some size and shape to what went on. I know a lot of people in the county were impacted, but really can't grasp the immensity of what happened in Fort Bend County. And finally, we're going to send a thank you to all those agencies that came in here. There were 38 of them at count today. They came in here and assisted us throughout the emergency as it ramped up and through the peak and as it ramped down. Most of them are demobilizing now, are moving to other areas, but we want to send out our thanks to them. Let's get to the important information. You've probably heard it because we pushed it out as soon as we got it. But in case you haven't, the Stavanoa Bridge over Texas, on Texas 99 over the Brazos River, is open. One lane in each direction, which was the same configuration we had before the flood came. The one lane configuration is to allow the contractor to get back to work as quickly as possible, completing the construction project that is going to stabilize that north end of the bridge against the river. I wish we had had that finished before this happened, but we didn't. But thank goodness it didn't move. And the Toll Road Authority, after evaluating a lot of data, has determined that it's safe to reopen, so it is. Next, the mandatory evacuation order with law enforcement discretion is moved down to 97 feet in that area behind Barker Reservoir. 97 feet, it's at 96.9 roughly right now, which means we should have water in the streets remaining, but homes should be clear. Law enforcement discretion allows them to let homeowners enter as soon as they believe it is safe for them to enter, given whatever residual water remains. So I think everybody can access their properties now. If you can't access your property now, law enforcement's keeping you out, or you feel that you can't go in there, stay out. If you think it's a situation that should be rectified, give us a call here at 281-342-6185 and advise us of our problem, and we will get someone down from the EOC to engage law enforcement there and look at that problem and determine if we can give you some relief. But we believe everybody can get into their property now. Some other important announcements, and these are recovery. I know there's an issue of mosquitoes. There always is after we put this much water on the land down here in the Gulf Coast. We're putting larvicide out throughout the county to help with mosquito control, and we're spraying nightly for mosquitoes. We also have traps in place around the county, so we know where to direct these spraying. It's done by population. If we see the normal population of mosquitoes out there, we may not come into that area spraying because we're concentrating in those areas where we see a population bloom. If the population suddenly starts to go up in an area, we're going to focus in that area to curtail that growth. But we will eventually get to every area out there. And we do not rule out aerial spraying if necessary. It just depends on how many mosquitoes we get in these traps. But that work is ongoing. I know the mosquitoes are a nuisance. We've had some calls in here from folks about the size of the mosquitoes. No, they didn't. Our mosquitoes are small and irritable. But the big ones that we have blew in with the tropical storm. And they won't breed here because they're saltwater mosquitoes, and we're freshwater area. But they can be a nuisance while they're around. So use repellents and wrap up if you're out working outside for an extended period of time. We'll get this mosquito situation under control as quickly as possible. Now debris. The debris site should be open and fully operational by Friday. I had said Saturday on the information, but we believe they'll be fully operational by Friday, September 8th. Do not bag your debris again. We can't pick up bagged debris. No tires will be picked up, so if you've got 2 or 3 old tires in the garage, don't put them out there with the debris. We cannot take them to these landfills. You have to arrange for that, the disposition of tires on your own. So put them back in the garage until the event is over, and then figure out what to do with them. Normal household trash will not be picked up. That's why we don't want you to bag debris. We need you to separate your household trash, put your debris out where we can see that it's debris. If we see bags out there, we can't pick them up. Continue to separate your debris by categories: vegetative debris, trees and such, construction and demolition debris, appliances and white goods, electronics, and household hazardous waste. Those are the separations. Stack them up because we'll get it all off, but it needs to be separated. If it's mixed together, we'll again have to leave it and go on to somebody else while you sort it. So please get that done. All refrigerators, if you put it out on the street, make sure it's cleaned out, and the contents must be put in your regular household trash. We cannot haul a refrigerator with anything in it. It creates problems. Please put your debris piles as close to the curb as you can get. Any debris placed from the sidewalk to your home, away from the street, on the other side of the sidewalk to your home, will not be picked up. It must be between the sidewalk and the curb, or it must be on the front slope of the ditch if you have no sidewalk. The front slope of the ditch, not in the ditch. We don't want to impede. If we get another rain, we want the water to flow. So on the front slope of the drainage ditch, for those of you who live in the more rural areas like me, please follow these instructions, and we'll be getting to the debris as quickly as we can. Now I want to give you a little bit of information on what we just went through. I think everybody has bits and pieces. Since Harvey came ashore, we have had 4 tornadoes on the ground in Fort Bend County. We've felt tropical storm winds for a sustained period of time. That's winds greater than 40 miles an hour with gusts to 65. We've had a 10,000 to 30,000 year rain event. Weather Service agrees it's 10,000 year, but they think it may go up to 30,000. All that data will be worked out, but obviously the important point is nobody can plan for a 10,000 year rain event. We've had approximately a 95 year flood on the Brazos River. And we've had the Barker Reservoir overflow into the Canyon Gate Kellywood area behind that reservoir. Each one of these situations presented different issues that we had to address. I want to commend my staff here at Emergency Operations and all of our first responders. You did a fantastic job throughout this event. It's not over yet, but it's winding down and rapidly moving into recovery, and we want to get there as quickly as we possibly can. Here are some stats to let you know what happened during the event. We evacuated 49,554 structures. By that I mean we physically removed people from those structures that were endangered by one of those events that occurred there, mostly rainfall or river flooding. We had a total land area flooded at the peak of the event of 186 square miles. That's 21% of our county, 186 square miles. That is a huge area. Most of it was in the lower land around the rivers, but some of it was in subdivisions that never thought they would see floodwaters, driven by that 10,000 year rain event. At the peak, we had 464 roads closed, inundated by water. We're now down to less than 45, and they're all in the general vicinity of the San Bernard or the Brazos River. We opened 19 area shelters. Currently, we have 4 shelters open. At our peak, we had almost 5,000 people in shelter. We're down now to less than 50. It tells you that we are winding down. The total number of agencies that responded to assist us in this emergency numbers 38. We took over 25,000 phone calls at our phone bank here at OEM, and we don't have the data on 911. We're sure they took many, many, many more. We had over 3.7 million visits to our website, fbcoem.org. So people were staying informed, and that's a good thing. This information is necessary information, especially about the mosquitoes, the drainage, and the bridge. I would urge you to share this when you see it. If you see it on Facebook, or can do the link if it comes up on the internet, and get it out to your friends. This is one way we can move important information through the county. Urgent information, we're pushing everything out to the media in Houston, but they still have a major life-threatening situation ongoing in Harris County, and we have to be very sensitive to that. We don't expect them to come out here, and we'll get it out to them. They're doing a real good job of putting bulletins up on the critical information, but they're not going to give you mosquito information and such as that except in general terms as time permits, and we understand how that works too. Like I said, we're rapidly entering the recovery phase. We'll be here throughout the recovery phase to assist you. Our phone number again is 281-342-6185. You can go to our website at fbcoem.org, or you can go to fortbendrecovers.org, which is a website specifically set up to give you information and instructions on how to proceed with your efforts to recover, depending on the amount of damage and what your particular problems are. So I would recommend that you periodically check each one of these, and if you have any questions about recovery issues, go to fortbendrecovers.org first. If they don't answer your question, feel free to pick up the phone and dial 281-342-6185, and we'll find you an answer to your question. And with that, I'm going to step aside and shut this off until we have further information to pass out to you. God bless you, and I wish everybody who's been inundated well in their recovery. Thank you.